Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bluddworth, and as you can see by the graphics, tonight's video is an unscripted and unchained mail call. It's been quite a week since I've done one of these, and over the last 2 weeks I've actually gotten quite a few things show up in the mail that I haven't had a chance to actually show off and talk a little bit about them and how I came about either picking them up or what prompted me to purchase these. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'm going to change screens here. So the first thing I picked up, and I've been seeing the advertisements for side quest decks for quite some time now, especially on Facebook. These are put out by Inkwell Ideas. 15 bucks, and it's a 54 card deck, and I picked up the side quest decks Dungeons, Caves, and Ruins Fantasy. These are basically like adventure hooks. And the reason why I picked it up is that number one, I have some other decks that I've actually covered before, and I really like them. They're great if you just want to throw something together to to pass some time. And they're also great for solo play as well. If you have some kind of a system that you're using for solo play, so it kind of randomizes it a little bit. And so I got that. They're also good for just throwing little side quests as they're designed to be, and and throwing those at the player characters when they're kind of like in a lull, or they're not sure what they want to do with their with the campaign or their own individual adventures. So it's a good little tool for a DM to have. Second thing I picked up was, and this was just delivered, this was a Kickstarter that I backed, and it's called Dungeoneering. And Dungeoneering, it says, a quick and dirty RPG by Grinning Rat Publications. I don't remember when I backed this. I just obviously know that I did. One of the things I like about this is not only is the art really good, I kind of, I don't know if you can kind of see it, but it's black and white art, and it's, I kind of, I actually like it. As, I don't want to say it's sketchy looking. It's just the style that they have for it. It's not so crisp and clean, but it looks great. I really like it, and I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't recall what made me say, you know what, I'm going to back this. I want to get my hands on this. I don't recall if it mentioned that it was like a solo game, or at least it had that ability to be soloable. So once I start reading through it and check it out, maybe it'll come back to me why I picked this up. One thing I do like is that the cover that they had over the booklet itself is actually the GM screen. And so that's a pretty neat thing to have. So I will do a full review on that once I have the chance to read through it. Everything that I'm showing you today, I'm going to do a full review on. This is just to show off what I got in the mail. So let's see. Let's get to Adventures Dark and Deep. So I picked up the Game Master's Toolkit and the Player's Manual. These are written by Joseph Block, who goes by the Greyhawk Grognard. Oh, I can't talk tonight. He has his own channel. I recommend it, especially if you're into the world of Greyhawk. And the way he described Adventures Dark and Deep is that he did kind of like a compilation of Gary Gygax's writings in Dragon Magazine and Dragon's Foot, the web page, or forums, and he kind of pieced it together, took a look at the aspects of first edition and second edition AD&D, and he asked himself, if Gary Gygax wrote third edition AD&D, what would it look like? And this is his compilation of what he believes that it would have looked like. I still need to get the monster manual, but but I have the two key core books here, and so we'll see how it goes. I can always use the real monster manual from either first or second edition along with this, and it'll be compatible, I'm sure. But one of the ways that I got this, and one of the reasons why I waited a little while in order to get this, was that I was waiting for my affiliate program, the monetization that I get from this channel, and some of my sales that I do on Drive-Thru RPG for my own products. And once they amounted to about $60, I was like, okay, there's enough in there. Let me consolidate it all, and I picked them up. So from your support, I end up getting more content to talk about on the channel. So I really appreciate the support that you've been giving me, and that's how I use the money. I use the money that I gain to buy some more RPG stuff. Speaking of freebies, so I'm a union rep at my job, and I have a union rep that's above me. She's called a district rep, and every month we meet. All the union reps and the district rep come together, and we have various responsibilities for reporting, what's going on our work sites. And what I do is every month I submit my reports and everything. And what she does is that she will take all 47 of us and make a slip for each of the reports that we made, and she throws it into a hat. And when she pulls it out, that comes along with a $25 gift card, Amazon gift card. So I actually got it this month, and so I went out and bought The Tomb of Adventure Design. This is by Frog God Games. So Matthew J. Finch is the author, and as you can see, it's a pretty thick volume here. I was looking at several different adventure writing or adventure design books, and I already have Venture Satanis's, and that's awesome. It really like the way that that's laid out, and I do have that on the channel here, so you can always take a look at that. It's like how to game design like a fucking boss. But I was debating between this book and one from Goodman Games, and considering some of the stuff that's been going on with Goodman Games, I that pretty much made me solidify my choice on Frog God Games and their volume. So I grabbed a hold of it, and I'm looking forward to it, and I can guarantee you that I am going to become a better adventure designer after reading this book. Last but not least, so I frequently appear on Legion of Myth, usually just as a guest, and I pop in during a session here or there. And we've been running the Gatekeepers for quite a number of weeks now, and I pop into those as well. And so if you follow Legion of Myth, you'll know that they've spent a long video series on Earth Dawn. All right, so this is Earth Dawn. This is the first edition core book. And the last time that I was on the channel, it of course came up, and I just said to myself, you know what? I have to go and I have to pick this up. So while we were actually live streaming, I was there on my iPad ordering on eBay Earth Dawn, whatever I could get my hands on. So I got both the first edition core book, and it's in really, really good condition. I mean, this book it looks brand new, and just really, really stoked about, taking a look at it. From the amount of attention that they spent on this, both Max and Heathen Dog, I certainly want to give this a nice read through. I cannot cover it the way that they have, because they actually run the game. They actually played the game for years. I will not be able to do that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to flip through Earth Dawn First Edition and just point out the things that pop to me. All right, as a live unscripted flip through of it, so a first look And then I also have second edition, both the core book and the Player's Companion. I got all three books for about $50, including shipping and handling. So it was another good bargain as well. And those books should be coming on, I believe, this Saturday and Monday. I think that's when they're scheduled to come. So I will eventually have, all three volumes of Earth Dawn sitting on my shelf someplace back there. Um, and we'll see, I'm starting to run out of space. So I'll have to kind of press the wife and see if I can get another bookshelf. But in the meantime, I'll just have to keep on sorting and moving some things into the closet. Most likely my 5e is going to go into the closet and reserve my better utilized space here for all of these OSR books that I've been picking up. So once again, thanks for joining. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Sharing is always great, so share the videos out there. I really appreciate that as well. And if you have anything that you are producing as a Kickstarter, or you want me to take a look at it, please feel free to leave that in the comments section. Generally speaking, I will back a Kickstarter that I intend to review. So I generally, buy it. If I don't feel willing to buy something, then I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to take a free review copy, from anyone, if I'm just not that confident in the product myself, or if the product just isn't to my taste, then I'm also not going to review it, because it's just, I don't want to go out there and do a review on something that I can't be enthusiastic about. So if you see things on my channel, it's because I feel confident enough in it to put my own money behind it, and I'm enthusiastic about it. I'm really excited to take a look at it myself. So once again, thanks for joining. Have a great, I lose track of the time because we're about to go into Thanksgiving. So this is Thanksgiving Eve. So if you are in the United States and celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, be safe on your travels. Enjoy your meal, enjoy your family and friends if you're coming together, and just have a great day. It's a great time. Probably my second favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, and so please enjoy. And I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon. Friday night, I'm running my AD&D First Edition game. We postponed this past Monday. I was a bit under the weather, and so we just postponed it until Friday. So that means that you won't see the recap until Saturday, and I guarantee you will see the recap by Saturday. And then we should be back to playing our regular schedule on Monday. So it'll be a pretty busy gaming weekend for myself as well. And I hope that you have a very similar gaming weekend in store for you this upcoming weekend as well. So you all have a great evening. Thanks for joining.